politics.
And we're out of time.
Hey, y'all, gravity. Any day above ground, live it.
I'm back.
I got some lunch. I took a power nap. I did my laundry. I did a lot in 90 minutes. I hope you did something because I told y'all to go do something in between these live streams. Don't lie in my comment thread either. All right. Y'all ain't lied yet. Y'all don't lie. I'm just playing. But anyway, family, we're back. And yes, we're going to talk something serious today. I know the first two, we have some fun. This time we're going to be serious because our rights are being infringed on. I know we've heard that a lot from a lot of people, but you know us. We want to give you the game because we need y'all to be focused come November and beyond. So we all know what the Dexter Taylor situation was. That should be a warning to everybody, but considering that I wasn't that familiar with the case, I decided to bring on two people who were familiar with it. And not only were they familiar with it, they have spoken to this man on multiple times, multiple occasions. I'm going to let them tell us the full story again and as much information as they can so we can learn something. And also, we're going to talk about the Libertarian Party because I got questions why y'all are allowing Trump and Vivek and RFK at your convention, but you know, they'll educate me. We like to learn over here. So today I have on Mr. Jeff Charles and Miss Doni The Misfit because I don't know I don't know Donnie's last name, and that's okay. She wants to be known as Doni The Misfit now, so we will address her as such. You can find them on Twitter as well. Great content. If you want a more sane version of politics, such as myself, you go to them. But I'm going to let them introduce themselves, and then we're going to start talking about Brother Dexter Taylor. So whoever wants to go first.
Ladies first.
All right. All right. I am Doni The Misfit. I'm Doni Anthony as well. And I am a natural human rights activist. I've studied so much and I've worked with so many different people who've been targeted by the government. I work with a lot with small farmers. So a lot of times when I'm just throwing out Article 1, Section 8 or throwing out your rights, it's because I've been using it practically to help people. And yeah, so I also have a organized, it's not really an organization because I don't ask the government for permission. It's called libertyorelse.com, where I put content up there and teach people stuff. And it's a place for other people who think like us to go, especially with social media censorship.
And that's a blessing. That's a blessing. And also, Brother Jeff Charles, please go ahead.
Yeah, my name is Jeff Charles. I am a journalist and a political commentator, podcaster, content creator, all that good stuff. I've been doing this since about 2017, and I write and speak about a lot of issues pertaining to government corruption, government overreach, government abuse, and yeah, that's the short and sweet of it.
Cool. Okay. Everyone's been introduced. Y'all know who I am. I'm not going through that. That's about 5 minutes. Anyway, let's begin. Now, I'm a former New Yorker, so I understand New York's gun laws and gun laws. They catch you with the gun. That's automatic 5 years. No ifs, ands, or buts. Automatic 5. I knew someone that had a bullet that was given to them from someone in their family that was in the military. They gave him 18 months. So this Dexter Taylor situation just made me mad because those two things popped in my head when I started reading up on it. But you guys are more, I won't say entrenched, but you guys are more knowledgeable of what's been going on with him. So I'm going to let y'all explain it to the family because, again, we did the live stream a few days ago, but we might have missed some stuff. So I would like for y'all to explain the situation in as much detail as you can.
Before Jeff goes, I want to point out something too. A lot of people are just talking about the 2A part of this. You also have to understand, like, we all have a right to acquire property, right? Those are property rights. Firearms are included. It doesn't say, oh, you can't have this. So you actually have a right to acquire. You have a right to possess, crazy possessive charges, right? Possess, own, use, and dispose of your property whenever, however you see fit. But the government has decided that it's our master. And so therefore they can delegate what we do with our fruit of our labors as if we're their slaves. So I want to point out too, another thing is the Sixth Amendment with this as well, because he didn't get a fair trial. And then Jeff will explain the beginnings of all that in here in a second.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
Jeff,
so
I guess you can go then.
yeah, so basically what happened with Dexter Taylor around 2020, 2021, he started getting into gunsmithing as a hobby. Just to give you some background, Dexter Taylor is a software engineer, brilliant guy, very brilliant, very active in his community. He would tutor children on coding and software, computers, stuff that probably goes over most of our heads, right? So he likes to build things. He's a tinker. He has a shop in his home in Brooklyn, and he started this gunsmithing hobby. And he was thinking maybe sometime in the future he might start a business with it. But for that time, he was just building these firearms for himself. He built a bunch of rifles. He built some handguns. He never fired any of them. As ironic as that sounds, he never fired any of them. He wasn't trying to sell any of them. Fast forward to 2022. He gets somebody at the door, and it's the police. A joint ATF and NYPD task force conducted a SWAT raid on his home. It took him completely by surprise because the way he was building these firearms, he was using parts that he ordered legally online. It is not illegal to order these kits in different parts in order to build your own firearms. He violated no federal law because he was not a commercial builder or manufacturer, and he was not selling anything. So they broke into his home and they took his firearms. They sent him to Rikers for a week before he could bail out. He faced about 15 different charges. He was later convicted of 13 related to unlawfully possessing firearms and not obtaining his license. And anybody who knows about New York City's licensing scheme, it is almost impossible to get a concealed carry permit, especially before the Supreme Court's ruling in Bruin, and even worse after, believe it or not. So he had the raid was conducted on his home. And his trial took place last month when he was convicted, I believe, on the 15th or the 16th. He was just sentenced this Monday to 10 years in prison. Now, mind you, he has a clean criminal record. He was a member in good standing with his local gun range. Again, he never fired the guns. He never planned to use them to hurt anybody. And that's pretty much the story in a nutshell. I'm sure we'll get into the trial and things like that. The way the trial proceeded was an abomination to justice. And it really highlights how New York's justice system works. It's really an injustice system. This deck is stacked against the defendant, no matter what, especially if it involves guns, because New York's government is probably the worst when it comes to guns, with California maybe being a close second. They railroaded him from the beginning. The way the trial was handled, the judge was clearly on the side of the prosecution. The defense was not allowed to even bring up the Second Amendment at all. They continually interrupted Dexter's lawyer. And there was a series of other issues as well, as far as jury selection. But this is what's happening to Dexter Taylor. He exercised his Second Amendment rights as outlined in the Constitution and is now in a cage because of it. Now, they're going to be fighting and appealing this, even if it goes all the way up to the Supreme Court, which if it does, there's a good chance with the makeup of the current Supreme Court that they will rule in his favor. But what is monstrous about this whole thing is that even if that does happen, it's going to take years, and he's going to be in a cage, most likely that whole time.
Yeah. Because at least at minimum, it's probably going to be at least 2 years before we even get to that point. This whole case, reading up on it, just doesn't make sense. Because you're saying he didn't fire the guns. Because I was led that I thought he was using it at the range, but now you're saying that he never took those guns outside, right?
Not these specific guns. No, I believe he had other firearms that he would have purchased, but he did not use these guns. Although these guns were not even fired until after they were stolen from him by the police. And then they fired them because they had to make sure that they worked. And they did, because that's how brilliant he is. He knows how to build things the right way. But yeah, he never fired the guns that he manufactured.
And it's not like he tried to hide the fact that he was doing it, because he purchased the parts on a credit card. So there was already a paper trail. I don't know.
Right. And his neighbors
knew. He wasn't trying to hide anything.
Because I highlighted as well.
Right. And his neighbors knew too.
Right. Okay. So
I said, right. And his neighbors knew about it as well.
Okay. Yeah, because I highlighted on Monday with the ghost gun thing. There was a felon in Vegas who used a ghost gun, but they only gave him like close to 4 years. And he actually shot somebody. But how does he get 10 for just building? I don't know.
Especially for a first-time offense. And I'm putting offense in quotation marks because those laws are unjust. He did nothing wrong.
Right. So you think it was, you think they hit him for just for the paperwork?
The law.
Right. So you think they just hit him for the paperwork, or they just wanted to send a message?
Both. They said they're sending a message. The district attorney Gonzalez said that they're sending a message. You know, in the transcripts, you'll see people have known Dexter for like over 40 years, said great things about him, and still threw 10 years at him. That's crazy to me.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, before we came on, I started reading it, and it was obvious that this judge was going to be like, listen, I'm just going to give him the max so I can get some brownie points. Because there was nothing in here.
Yeah.
From what I'm seeing, there's nothing in here that would say, okay, he needs 10 years. And at most a fine for not having the paperwork. Okay, fine. Take the guns. Okay, fine. Take the guns. Give him a 10 grand fine for not having the paperwork. But 10 years in jail for what? But I know what it is. I'm sorry, YouTube. I'm going to say it. You don't want us armed. You don't want us to protect ourselves. I'm just going to say it. I'm just going to say it. It's fine. You're going to give me limited monetization on this anyway, because I'm telling the truth, but it's fine. It's fine. The message will still get out there. Oh, by the way, hit the like. I got to share it a little bit, but yeah. So how is Dexter doing? How is he doing? I know it sucks, but
he's in good spirits. He's still ready to fight. He's still fighting. We just spoke to his mother recently, and she's just really proud of how strong he is being, in a sense, because you know it's like it seems like you're strong, but yeah, for sure, because we can't really see in being your brain, your mind, you know. But like he's being strong. He wrote out his whole entire um speech before he went there. So he's and
Mhm.
right. That's a really strong, powerful speech. If you guys haven't gotten a chance to read it yet, you all should
Yeah, I
definitely do
just put the
that.
link. I
But
just
he's
put the
in good
link to your
spirits.
site there.
He's ready to keep on going with the fight, and he has a lot of faith that as long as we keep this alive and we don't let this just sizzle out, then we can get laws changed. We can have different outcomes. Because it doesn't just affect Dexter. This affects all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dexter is one of the strongest people I've ever met. I mean, when we talk to him on the phone, he's asking how we're doing. Like he's trying to see what's going on with us. And even before he went to prison, he knew that that was the likely outcome. And this man stays in high spirits. I know it's got to be hard on him. I'm not saying it's not hard on him, but he is fighting through it and he's trying to make the best of it. I mean, he's trying to teach his fellow inmates certain things. He's trying to make a difference wherever he's at. And I haven't met a whole lot of people who I think would react the same way. And he, like Donnie said, he knows that this isn't just about him. He's fighting for his freedom. But realistically, he's fighting for everybody else who could possibly get caught in a situation like that. And like I always say this about pretty much everything that the government does, don't think for a second that it can't happen to you. So yeah, I mean, it's an infuriating situation, but he probably is holding up much better than a lot of other people would just because of that strength that he has. And then and when you speak with his mom, you can see where he got it from.
Mhm. Cool. I know a lot of people would break like the first few days, but that's good that he's staying in spirits. And like I said, hopefully he get out of here sooner than later. Y'all not adverse to cursing, right?
Oh,
Nope.
I'm all about it. Let's do it.
Say less. Okay. Fuck that judge. Real talk. Fuck that judge. This is the same judge who let a cop off. I saw that post, Donnie. Thank you for that, though. I actually remember
Mhm.
that story. That's the same judge who saw cops doing smuggling drugs into jail and let them go home. No prosecution, just let them go
Yeah.
home. Let them resign and go home. But a man doing a hobby in his house when nobody could go outside, really, or enjoy life like they used to, he has to sit down for 10 years. I get it. You got to fill back up the jails. I get it.
But
And the
why are they
thing
letting the
is too
violent
is that it's
criminals out
about filling up
though?
the jail.
What's that?
They're letting the violent criminals out, but they're putting people who haven't done any kind of violence, didn't harm anyone else or their property, and yet Dexter's in there for 10 years. I bet you if he would have used those weapons, then he would be out in the streets right now.
This New York,
Or he would
right?
have stolen a gun and then used it in a crime. Yeah.
We don't have pawn shops no more in New York City, so I don't know where he could get it from. They took all the
Oh
pawn shops
wow.
away. There's no pawn shops in New York City.
Dang.
You gotta go to Long Island or Westchester to go to a pawn shop, and even then, they're fewer and far between.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yikes.
it's just New York ain't New York. Ever since them towers fell, New York it's not the same city. And I understand why a lot of people, such as myself, left. It's not. It doesn't feel fun anymore.
Is the UN there?
I wish it'd fall in the East River, cause they ain't doing nothing. But yeah, it's still there. It's
Is
still
the
there on
UN
44th. Yeah, 44th and
okay?
and First Ave. Yeah.
You
So
know her
whenever they uh-huh.
the judge's father was with the United Nations when he moved here to America. He went to go to
Mm,
Columbia University. He also came to work for the UN. He met her mother at a UN event. And so I want to make sure y'all have that back of your heads thinking about that. And then look at the position she's in today when her parents moved here and went here to work for the UN.
mm. I did not know that. Okay. It's the rabbit hole is deep. But there you go. Oh man, we can't catch a break out here. Americans can't catch a break. Our people can't catch a break. patriotic black people can't catch a break. Damn sure can't catch no break. They ready to lock people up over something that's who was he harming? Really? It's not like he was running around saying, I just built a new gun, and he was like dry firing it or something. He just made it. But I don't know. But I'm glad to hear that he's in good spirits. That's a good thing. All right, let's transition now. Libertarian Party. You guys are making a lot of noise the last few weeks. I really don't really understand it too much. So that's the other reason why I wanted you guys to come on, so you could explain it more to the family, especially during this election cycle. We're about voting the couch over here, but we still want to get everybody's perspective because we already have our agenda, but maybe you guys can tell us what your agenda is, what your platform is, so we can better understand. Because all we know is Shane Hazel. That's all we know about the Libertarian Party and what's been in the news cycle the last couple weeks. So whoever wants to explain it, you want to tag team it, that's fine with me. I'll let y'all explain the Libertarian Party.
Well, so the Libertarian Party, right now, I mean, the thing about the LP is that, you have the national party, you have the state level party, and you have the local affiliates as well. It's kind of in flux right now. I mean, I think it's going through a transition, and they recently had an upheaval, I think a couple years ago, where the Mises Caucus basically took over the party. You have various caucuses within the Libertarian Party, just like the Republicans and Democrats. And Mises Caucus took it more in a right-leaning direction, but there's also some resistance with that. So there is some infighting. Donnie and I have stayed out of that for the most part, because really we're here to promote liberty. And, for people who see what's going on in this country, they understand that focusing on local communities is it is the only hope that we have for America if we're going to push back against government overreach at the federal and also at the state level. So that's what Donnie and I have been focused on, and a lot of other libertarian activists and members of the party have been focused on. I'm not really into the national politics as much. I mean, for my job, yes, I comment on it, I write about it, but as far as moving the needle forward, we focus on our local communities, because there are a lot of people who are voting for the couch, like you said, and for good reason. I mean, if you look at the alternatives who we have up at the national level, you got two geriatric authoritarians gunning for each other, figuring out which one is going to man the wheel, so to speak. So the Libertarian Party, I think it's hard to say, because, I mean, I'm sure we'll get into this, with the national convention, they're inviting members of the Republican and Democratic Party to come and speak, and that's got a lot of people upset. But the people who are on the ground are really trying to drive change at the local level. So I could probably see people withdrawing more from the national party and just focusing on their states and local until the national gets it together, basically.
Yeah, I can see that as well. And I want to make sure people who are, looking from afar, but maybe considering the Libertarian Party, and then you seeing that Donald Trump is headlining the party's national convention. Many of the candidates are not very happy about that, because you're taking attention away from the candidates themselves. The sentiment is that if we have people like Donald Trump, Vivek, RFK come to our convention, I guess there's more coming. They'll put more eyeballs on the party. I like to look, I don't think that's necessarily going to be the case. I think it's not going to work out the way people think it's going to. But I'm not going to beat it over the head. What I'll do is I'll watch. I've been researching I went Libertarian Party, Libertarian Party convention, and I Googled it, and I went to the news. And I went through the different articles, and I was reading them. A couple of them highlight what our principles are, but not just like a little quick two sentences. And the rest was just talking about RFK and Trump possibly debating. That's pretty much it. And it doesn't bring more people. Like, maybe say, okay, what is libertarian? And then they go, oh, well, a libertarian, they go to the party. But not many people like to go and do their own research. So what's in front of you is what's in front of you. But the thing is, with libertarian parties, the people in the party, our whole movement is to get the government out of our lives, socially, economically. They're just too. This is too much. They're taking too much of our money. They're taking money. Period. They shouldn't be taking. And honestly, the money isn't even worth anything. It's not backed by any gold or nothing. So they're just printing off this money. If you can print off this money and send it overseas, then why are you taking our money? Taking taxes from us? The other thing with libertarians is, it's a non-aggressive principle. You're not supposed to start nothing. So, don't start nothing, won't be nothing, kind of in a sense. Also, with the Libertarian Party, and this is one reason why I've been pushing them with the small farmers I work with, is because they don't want to take your property away from you. They don't want to steal it. They want to find reasons to take your things from you. They just want you to live your life. You're going to make mistakes along the way, yes. But that's how we grow as individuals. That's how we get smarter as a society. And when you have a nanny state telling you what you can and can't do, how are we supposed to learn from that? We don't. Oh, this is we got on the screen the convention speakers.
Yeah, this is this is quite a day. As they have confirmed. Like RFK, we talked about. I know why he's really there, but we'll get into that into a second. Peter McCullough. Okay. This one I don't understand him. He just got owned by Miss Ann. Why is he going there? What? I feel like he's doing this for a grift. Maybe it's me. I think he's grifting on this. Because lately he's been talking about libertarian values, and I'm like, you haven't said this past maybe like 3 times, so I don't believe you.
I mean, he wants to invade Mexico. Not very libertarian, but here's what I think is going on here. I mean, the liberty movement is similar to the conservative movement when it comes to the thirst. So have you ever noticed that if like a celebrity says something that might even be mildly conservative, like Cardi B says that she doesn't like taxes, the conservative movement blows up and they're like, oh yeah, Cardi B doesn't like taxes.
Did you see this today?
Oh no, I didn't see that.
No, I didn't.
Yes, she said this last night, I think. She said this. Just thought we point that out.
But just the last time around, she was sitting down with Bernie Sanders. She was sitting with Joe Biden. Maybe the check's not coming in because, when she was doing all that, they have given her number 1s and Grammys. Now that's not happening no more. Now she's like, oh, well, if y'all don't give my stuff, I ain't promoting y'all no more. Maybe that's what it is because she likes her shoe money, right?
Did you see her IG post last year when she did her IG live and she was like, everything's high. My bill, y'all act like me and Offset got all this money. I'm like, we out here, we hurting too. We were like, But it's funny, we told you this 4 years ago. We told you this was gonna happen. But the coins were more than, all right. Whoever don't hear must feel. And I know she felt it. So let's see. I'm sure Kamami Harris will have her at the White House. I'm sure. It's okay. It's all right.
Yeah, probably won't be too hard to win her back,
No.
But but what I was saying is that, in the conservative movement, they're very thirsty, especially for celebrities, because most celebrities are left leaning. I think the liberty movement has a little bit of that too when it comes to getting attention from the Republican Party. Possibly even the Democratic Party as well. I mean, they love Tulsi Gabbard as well. And I'm not saying this reflects all of the liberty movement. This is mainly for like a lot of the personalities, a lot of the chronically online folks. So when somebody like Vivek gives them a nod, then they fawn all over him. It's weird. They were fawning all over RFK Jr. And both of these people are far from being libertarians. Especially RFK Jr. talking about how he wanted to take people's guns, lock up businesses who don't go along with the climate agenda. But all they have to do is just say a few things that we agree with, and then all of a sudden we're just falling all over for them. So I think that's a lot of what's going on here. But just to be fair to them, their strategy, they believe that having RFK and Donald Trump and Vivek at the national convention will help to bring more eyes to the Libertarian Party. It'll get more press. That's what they're hoping for with this move, that the press will finally start paying attention to the Libertarian Party, because they are right in that the media tries to ignore libertarians as much as they possibly can. So the gambit here is that by having these people come to the national convention and give speeches, that this will result in more press for the Libertarian Party. I disagree with that, but that's what they're hoping for.
Yeah, but don't they
And Jeff,
realize
let me
that-
just say this
Oh, go
too,
ahead.
because what they're doing is, if you're supposed to be about decentralization, you're supposed to be working with your local folks, right? So if you're working locally and people are hearing the Libertarian Party, they see you volunteering, they see you giving food to the homeless, they see you out there helping other people fight for their rights, they see you speaking at the fairgrounds, talking to small farmers. That's how you get the name out there. So when you don't actually do those things, you need to go and run to someone who has attention, so that attention comes on you. Because a lot of people, we would have more attention if more people were actually, doing this. And I'm not going to really super knock them. A lot of libertarians are introverts. Me and Jeff are as well. But we got to get out of your shell. If you want to make a movement, if you want to make a move, you got to go and you got to go talk to people that are not a part of your circle, your bubble. You got to go to different people. You got to build a coalition. You can't just depend on the authoritarians to give you your attention, because they have their own motives. Donald Trump even said in his statement, and the Libertarian Party posted it, he's there to get libertarians to come and help the Republican Party. He's there to get them to vote for him. My other issue with Vivek coming is, he was actually, some libertarians had him on his show way more than their own candidate that they were endorsing. They also had Vivek on all the time and acting like he was libertarian, even though he's running as a Republican. He was running as a Republican, and they were on his campaign trail with him. I saw them on pictures with him. So for me, it's just like, what message does this send to people? I'm telling that, okay, Democrats are against you, Republicans are against you, the Libertarian parties are for you, but then they see libertarians cozying up with Republicans. It's not the message you want to send.
Y'all can't disinvite
like
him. How much is it going to cost to
sacrificing our
disinvite
ability
him?
to differentiate?
How much is it to disinvite him?
That ain't gonna happen.
Come on, you don't need him. He's going to dilute it. Libertarian
right.
convention. Y'all just saw him in front of Miss Ann and Steven Crowder, and now Patrick Bet David. He did not do well 3 times. Why do y'all have him talking? Cut his time if you can't get back the money. Cut his time. 5 minutes. And then have Trump come in and put him under the wing again.
He's supposed to be debating our VP candidate.
Who is your RVP candidate?
We don't know yet, because
yet.
they decide
Okay.
So here's the other thing. We don't decide who's getting nominated, and that's happening at the convention at the same time.
Okay.
So we don't have anyone picked yet.
Okay.
Yeah, so they invited Donald Trump, RFK Jr., Vivek Ramaswamy to come speak at the national convention, where the party chooses their presidential and vice presidential candidates.
Okay, that's interesting. I do have somebody asked a question in the chat. Now, the Libertarian Party, how do they feel about reparations?
It depends.
It depends on who you talk to, really. I mean, yeah.
Okay.
There are some who are for it. There are some who are against it. You
So it's
can
like a 50-50
make
thing,
libertarian
depending
arguments
on who
for
you
and
talk
against.
to.
Yeah, it depends. I mean, and to me, it's for people who are for it, like myself.
No, don't tell me you
the
froze.
government owes a debt.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Did he freeze?
I think we're good. I think we're
Can
good.
you hear me now?
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. So for the people who are for reparations, who happen to be libertarians, believe that the government does owe a debt. It actively engaged in activities that were specifically designed to put one group of people behind another. So the government should have to make some type of recompense for that. Where you'll find the difference, though, with the libertarian arguing in favor of reparations, is that there are ways to do that without necessarily just sending out a bunch of taxpayer money in the form of a check. The government has a lot of resources that it holds on to, does nothing with, and shouldn't have had in the first place. So especially when it comes to land, I mean, there are ways to give land to people that the government owns that it shouldn't. So there are a lot of different ways to implement reparations. But yeah, it's kind of a mixed bag. I think a lot of libertarians are open to the idea. They just really don't understand how it would work, which it is kind of a complex undertaking. But I would say probably more libertarians might be open to it than Republicans. Realistically, neither Republicans or Democrats want to do reparations. If we're being realistic about this, none of them want to do it. Democrats just use it to dangle in front of people as if they actually care. They don't give a shit, obviously. Republicans, same thing. The difference is that they don't pretend that they want to do reparations.
I will also suggest taking a look at Walter Block's stuff. He discusses reparation. He's a libertarian. I think he's even still alive too, I believe. Also, if you read some of Lysander Spooner's work on slavery, Lysander Spooner's work on slavery, he goes really heavy, man. He was talking about, a message to the South. Y'all got to go and free them slaves, teach them how to use a firearm. If you have to shoot the dog, and then that's their food, their labor. So they should be able to have that property and they have to go. So there's different things to take a look at if for that discussion.
Okay, cool. I'm glad you clarified that, because that's going to be a big thing for a lot of the community to go outside to go vote. That's one of the main things besides that and the anti-hate crime bill. So hopefully whoever y'all pick, hopefully they're for it, because that'd be a good thing, because I do want to see the system just get mangled. That's what I'm hoping for. That's why I keep writing the hashtag vote them all out. I want everybody going. I want everybody in Congress gone, the senators that are up. I want the lobbyists gone, and I want the jackasses that sit in DC. I want DC clear, and then we get people in there that are going to advance this country forward. And the number one thing is to make sure that Black people have some semblance of being able to compete here, so the next generations can compete. So the brain drain here does not persist, because it's persisting because of a lack of resources and a lack of reparations. But hopefully, like I said, you guys, your picks, they'll be for it. And maybe in the future, Black people could take a look at the Libertarian Party, get away from the Democrats, get away from the Republicans, or stay independent. Me personally, I'm an independent. I'm gonna stay that way, because everybody's just they just love to talk, but I ain't seeing too much action. So maybe that's the guy, maybe that's the hole you guys can exploit. Show people on the grassroots level you're doing the work in the communities, and maybe you start a little something. But there's that. We have to take a quick detour, family. Quick detour. And we have to laugh because today is a holiday.
I gotta go. They're quick to run and grab that talking point of Biden and Hillary Clinton, created the I'm gone, man. Bill. They created the crime bill. You the fakest nigga I ever seen in my life. They created the crime bill. I see you in person. They created the crime bill. They created what you said. I'm done, bro. You a fake nigga. I hope everybody see that. I appreciate it. Fake, bro. I'm gonna expose you to everybody. And when I see you, nigga, we gonna be. It's gonna be on. I want you to know that. Because you call me on the phone and you saying all this, and then you get on the live stream and you playing this shit. You should be ashamed of yourself. Is that black crime? Is that black crime? You's a bitch. I told you. Everybody on your live stream know you's a bitch. And when I see you, I'm whooping your ass. Everybody got your live stream. I like it. You want to be hood, nigga? You want to be hood? You on the phone talking shit to me, and you call me? You say you apologize? Yeah, nigga. I never apologize. You apologize? I never apologize. You didn't apologize. My wife listened to you, nigga. I never apologized. What I said was, bitch, nigga. That's what I said. Yes, sir. Let's wrap this up. All right, I appreciate it.
I'm sorry.
Let us never forget.
That, I'm assuming that I wonder if he's had some police brutality, because you get that angry, and he was a cop. Like, you get that angry and you talking about beating up somebody like that over words.
But he loves to say that. He loves to tell us that the regular Black people, we the angry, and all we do is violence. Sir, you're on film threatening another man's life. I don't do that. Jeff doesn't do that.
That's not very good for
you. Don't do that.
That's the opposite of respectability politics. He let the mask slip there.
I mean, Hotep Jesus knows how to get under your skin. You knew that. Why did you allow that? But you allow a lot of things. We get it though. But Cardi B said she's not gonna
I need
vote.
that filter though.
Which filter?
Kid Gravity. I need that filter he was using though.
Oh boy. Oh boy. You would have to contact him. Maybe he'll talk to y'all because he said to talk to everybody about everything else. Maybe he'll talk to y'all. Because hey, by the way, I still gonna say it again. He said nothing about Dexter Taylor either. And I know why he didn't say nothing. There was no way he could spin it to make it seem like it was his fault. There was no way. But he pro-Constitution, allegedly. I let him talk.
He's one of those. Yeah, he's one of those pro-Constitution people who applies it selectively based on what's convenient at the time. But he's not the only one. I'm not just picking on him. I mean, there's a lot of people on the conservative side who say that they're about the founding documents, but when it comes to certain people, they don't want to apply that the same way or consistently.
And they haven't even read the founding documents. They don't know anything because listen, literally they say, oh, I'm pro 1A, I'm pro 2A, don't even know the rest of the Constitution. I'm like, there's a whole bunch more going on here. And the other thing I like to argue is Article 1, Section 8. That just tells the Congress what they can and can't do, what their authority is. And I'm like, when someone's talking about this, oh, they can do that. I go, show me where it says they can do that. I mean, they want to find loopholes. I got mine too. Where does it say that Congress can do this? It doesn't say they can, so why are they doing it?
I have an answer for that. I don't know if y'all gonna like it, but I think they do it because they want to be forever victims.
Yep.
The money,
which is rather ironic, isn't it? Because what do they spend the last couple decades telling black people? Stop being victims. Yes, exactly.
By your now
exactly. Whenever I see one of them whining about, oh, all this anti-white racism, I just say the same thing. Stop being a victim. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Racism isn't a big deal.
Right.
But I mean, I don't know what to tell them. I mean, and here's my thing. I don't like racism. No matter.
There's a perfect word.
I'm not into that.
There's a perfect word. Comply.
Yeah. Nothing will happen.
Yeah, comply.
Yeah, I mean, if you hadn't been out at the baseball field playing baseball with your kids during COVID, this wouldn't have happened. You should have complied with the law.
Should have stayed home like everybody
else.
Like
they told Dexter.
Yeah. What was he supposed to do? Just run around the apartment? I defied the law. They said stay home. I said I'm taking my kid in my stroller and we going to the park. We gonna walk. And I was walking outside, no mask. Nobody stopped me.
I was still holding meetings. I was still holding group meetings and everything. I was using Meetup for political stuff. 30, 40 people showed. The group kept on growing and growing because everyone else was staying at home. Well, we're outside. What's up?
You ain't finna tell me what I can and can't do in my house. What? We were taking vacations. that extra $600 they gave everybody. I got out of debt. Me and my wife, we were good. And I'm gonna do it again when they start with this bird flu nonsense. I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna be right outside.
Yeah, really.
Speaking of birds,
yeah, they're using.
How are the chickens? They have a farm family.
They're really.
I forgot to.
They're really, really good. They're getting bigger. I found that they had 2 roosters for sure. And silkies take longer to figure out what they are. So I'm just trying to watch behavior, but it's kind of hard to tell. But we also have some Easter eggers, and they're the ones who have like green eggs. So
no ham,
different color eggs. Yeah, no ham yet. And some Rhode Island Reds. I got 3 of those. I think they're all girls for sure. We'll see. One of the Easter eggers, I'm a little skeptical. We bought them as pullets. They're all supposed to be females, but one of their tails doesn't match the rest. So I'm kind of thinking they may have given me another rooster. So we'll see when it starts growing.
Is it a chicken that transitioned?
It's a trans chicken.
It's a trans chicken.
Chicks.
Ain't nothing wrong with trans chicken. Isn't that KFC?
As long as you get the pronouns right, you know.
I might get a letter in the
Oh, I
mail.
want to tell people something real quick.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
realized some people didn't know this, and this is not a dig. Your hens can lay eggs without roosters. Just so people know. Some people did not know. You know,
How the
the
hell is that
rooster doesn't have
possible?
to. Yeah, it's kind of like a woman. You drop, every month. They drop every day, so that's an egg. It's not fertilized. Now, if a rooster's there, it's gonna be fertilized. That's more for like breeding. If you want to breed chickens.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah, I actually didn't even know that until we actually got the chickens. I just thought they always had to be impregnated or whatever. But no, I mean, they just drop unfertilized eggs, and that's what we eat.
Is there going to
And
be
you're on
a
the farm with me, Jeff, too. You should. I figure you would have known they were just dropping them, the ones that were not tied up with the boy roosters.
Yeah.
Is there going to be? Are we going to see y'all's chicken eggs in the supermarket soon?
You know, it's funny you said that because we're just talking to a
boy.
local store about our baby chicks, and she was like, "Oh yeah, y'all, come on, bring them eggs on through. Bring them on through." I got a couple of spots I'm going to ask so we can bring the eggs up. We're also going to do quail eggs as well, because I mean they're
The restaurants will
faster.
love
They
you.
develop faster.
The restaurants will love you.
Awesome. So, and also people been telling me they want some pickled quail eggs. I'm like, I already got people who say as soon as you got it, we'll buy it. And I'm like, that's a thing. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Now,
Oh, you
I've
like
seen
it?
them
You
selling
like
them around
those?
here at different
I've
stores and
seen. No,
stuff.
I cook for a living, so yeah, I worked with it. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't like eggs, and that's all I'm gonna say. But people go crazy for it. Kind of like when white folk were going crazy with avocado. There's this restaurant called Avocaderia. I don't know how to pronounce it, but they had it in New York. Avocado everything. They lost their mind when that place opened up, and then went out of business.
Wow.
But anyway, yeah. So if it'll work and it gets popular, hey, you can go to TikTok, put it up there, you ship it nationwide, and then y'all have a conglomerate down there. So do your thing. Maybe
Yeah,
50
I
Cent
also want to
50 Cent got the movie studio down there now. Maybe he put y'all in, maybe he make the movie about y'all.
Maybe.
There you go.
I did see that in Shreveport. He did that. I was wondering why he picked Shreveport over New York. Maybe cost, but like I'm actually
Definitely.
curious
There's no
like
room
why
in
he
New
picked
York.
Shreveport.
There's no room in New York. There's no room. Like,
gotcha.
I tried to envision there's no room in Brooklyn unless he plans to go do the waterfront, and them Italians are not gonna let that happen. Staten Island is a no because they don't really like black people over there unless you're on the east side. The Bronx, there you go. Queens, not enough room. Brooklyn, not enough room. Yeah. So unless he goes to like Westchester or way out in Long Island, like Suffolk County, like by the Hamptons, yeah, maybe Shreveport was the best place. And especially since what he said about New York a few years ago. He's like, listen, I'm not paying 60% tax to live in New York. Not happening.
Yeah, I don't see why anybody would.
Well, that's why everybody's leaving New York. Yeah. That's why everybody's leaving and going to smaller states. Speaking of smaller states, Libertarians. I'm talking with Jeff Charles and Doni The Misfit, and Jeff Charles. We're all inclusive here. How do the Libertarians feel about the state of Florida?
I would say, and again, I have to separate the chronically online personality who say they're libertarians, but they love Ron DeSantis, from the regular folks like Doni and I. I mean, Florida's a nice state. I lived there for a few months. I mean, nothing wrong with the state itself. The people are nice. But the thing is, every state has its level of authoritarianism and government overreach. And unfortunately, we're in a position to where you just have to choose which one you're willing to deal with. I mean, Florida's shut down Delta 8 shops so that they can't sell that anymore. As much as they say they're conservative, they have their own levels of authoritarianism. Let's see. There was something else that came to mind too, and it just popped out. Oh, they banned lab-grown meat. So if you want to have lab-grown meat in Florida, you can't. So to me, it's not all it's cracked up to be. But again, every state, their governments suck. So I mean, I don't see that they're worse than a lot of others.
I think Florida and Texas, they were making this big hype about how they're such free states. and people don't realize how corrupt these states are, and how many they're in the top list, aren't they, for incarcerations. So I think it was a trap to trick people to move down there. They also don't have state income tax too, so that was attractive. Because I actually was born and raised in Indiana. I moved to Texas in 2008. So I actually thought it was one of the best decisions I've ever made in my whole entire life. And then I sat there and I lived in North Dallas, and I was paying like $525 a month for a 1-bedroom apartment. And now it's basically like over $1,000. It's insane how it jumps so fast. That's a lot of money. I'm sorry, that's a lot of money.
I'm in Atlanta.
I know
These new places they're bringing up, there's like 2,200.
Yeah, but when I first moved to Texas, I said $525 for a 1-bedroom, right? And now over 1,000, like 1,100, 1,300, and they may not even be like at a luxury place. So it doesn't sound like a lot to places where it's more expensive, but to go from $525 to that in my lifetime, that's insane.
What's your time frame?
2008 till now.
So is that 16 years? I could top that easily.
Mm-hmm.
The home state. 2008, 1-bedroom was about 1,200. Ask me how much it is now.
Over 2,000. More? 4,000?
Jeff, you have a comedian in the house. I like this. More. Try average about 4.
See, I understand leaving your state for that reason. I mean,
well, that's not the real reason. The real reason was I told my wife I cannot raise our kid without some grass. I can't do it, and I'm not paying $600,000, $700,000, $800,000 for a 3-bedroom just for some grass. I can't do it. So, and she's very well adjusted down here, so that's a good thing. But yeah, not in New York.
Yeah, I think that's why a lot of people are moving out of those cities. I mean, that's why I'm glad that we're living in the country now, because it's way too much. But I mean, when it comes to governments, I mean, they're all bad. I mean, if you live in New York, they don't want you carrying firearms. If you live in a red state, they want to determine what you can and cannot put into your body. I mean, those are just a few examples. So I mean, wherever you are, you're gonna have to fight against those things.
Did you see the permits that they did in New York? How they gave out less permits in 2022 than 2021? Yep. There you go.
That was after the Bruin decision. They're giving out fewer gun permits, and the ones that they give out, they're like stretching the time frame out to try to stall as much as they can before they have to give it to you. Now, because what happened is after the Bruin decision, that struck down their gun licensing schemes. But now they pass a bunch of other laws to kind of have the same thing. Those laws will eventually get struck down as well, but they're playing the long game. They're trying to stall it and hold on to these laws for as long as possible. But with the Bruin decision, those laws aren't going to stand for that much longer, but they're still trying.
Yeah. Hey, shout out to Twitter for running up the numbers. I appreciate that. If y'all want, in the private chat, you can, or I think you can put it in the regular chat. You guys can put your websites there so people can look at some of your articles so they can get a broader perspective, because outside of us over here in New Black Media, everybody else ain't shit. I'm just going to say it. It's all about what's cool now, and they don't go down the rabbit holes. We at least go down the rabbit holes because we got to teach the people, and we got to teach the next generation. Right. They talking about they for liberty and all this, and they doing Kendrick Lamar reactions in an election cycle. Not saying you can't do that, but
that's what's important.
I mean, you got a major story right here that they're not telling you, but you don't want to make your audience feel mad. I get it. You don't want them to feel bad. I get it. But let's transition. Let's have a little bit of fun. So, what is your favorite? I got to be careful how I say this on YouTube. What is your favorite implement of Second Amendment rights? Because I can't exactly say the word I want to say because I know how YouTube is.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna have to go with my carry. I mean, I like my Smith & Wesson M&P 2.0 compact. I shoot the best with it. It's easy to carry. It's not too small, and it fits my hands very well. I'm a bigger guy, so it works great for me. But I still love my Canik TP9 SF Patriot as well.
Okay. Okay.
I like the Ruger 22 rifle, and I like the Glock 19. And the Ruger 22 rifle, for me, I think it's super easy to use, light, not too loud. It's the job done that I need to get done. And I use it to shoot explosives. So it's like my first gun I like shot in college.
Okay. Have y'all ever read this book?
We're reading it now.
I'm reading it right now, actually.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Just figured I asked since I have y'all on here. Y'all are Pro 2A. Just figured. Okay.
I would recommend that everybody in your audience read that book because it tells a side of Black history that you will never really learn anywhere else. They sure as hell won't teach it in school. They definitely won't teach it in college. The history that we learned about Black history makes it sound like we were always these helpless, defenseless human beings who were just put upon. Not saying that there wasn't oppression. Of course there was. There was slavery. There was Jim Crow. But all through that, you had tons of Black people fighting back, using firearms, using other types of weapons, using their brains. It wasn't a passive type of thing. We hear about Nat Turner's rebellion. There were plenty more. There were smaller ones. There were bigger ones. There were individual rebellions. So to me, I would recommend that everybody read that book because there's a reason why they don't want us to know that history. Because they wanted to just view us. I mean, even when we were talking about victimhood earlier, no, we weren't helpless victims. We fought back. Sometimes we won, sometimes we lost, but we didn't just roll over and take it.
Do y'all know what this is? Canik?
I don't know. Is that type of chicken?
Canik. That's
She says
no, that's a Turkish meat. That's actually my other sidearm. It's a Canik.
Oh.
It's actually pronounced Janik because it's manufactured in Turkey. It's what the Turkish military uses. But a lot of people in America love them too. Their triggers are really nice. And I love mine. I haven't shot it in a long time, but it's a beautiful firearm.
Well, you didn't show that one to me.
Wait, wait a minute. Wait. Hold on. Let me leave if y'all gonna start. I don't get it. I got my own marital problems.
No, it's the brown pistol that I have. It's a Canik.
Oh, okay. You did show that to me. I just didn't know what it was called.
Yeah.
Okay, they're laughing. They're okay, family. They're laughing. They're okay. They're okay. We don't have to step in. Jeff, can I just say, I mean, you are a funny character. I hope you know that. Because some of these posts you be putting on.
Well, usually I think I'm only funny to myself.
No, some of these posts I've been seeing you put up lately on X, yeah, you have me rolling. Like this one here.
I mean, that was so fitting.
Oh my God. Like the country is in trouble right now. We're less than 6 months away from this election. We're voting.
That's the reason why the country is in trouble. What that guy has in a sign. Too many bootlickers.
You flew yourself out to New York City to go support Trump when y'all could be in Congress right now helping him in the rest of America. And look who's in the corner over here. Do you see who's in the corner over here on the right side?
Yep.
Is that Lauren Brobert?
Yes.
Oh, good God.
Miss, I'm gonna make out with you in the movie theater. Who is worse? I might as well ask y'all, who's worse, her or MTG? Who's worse?
I'm gonna go with MTG.
Me too. MTG is the worst out of the two for me. I think the other thing is when she does her Christian thing, it's like virtual signaling. I'm not gonna say she's not a Christian, but like she had a Bible sitting on her chair with a cross behind her. I'm just like, why do y'all do that? Like why are you trying to present yourself in a way? It makes you think you're the opposite. Yes, that's the book.
Yes. Negroes in the Gun. I'm trying to remember. Didn't they talk about Mr. Essex in that book? I don't remember. It's been a while since I read it.
I'm not sure.
Like,
May not have gotten to that part yet.
yeah. I gotta reread it again, especially for the summer, because the summer gonna get hot. But let's see. And then this was one of the comments in that thread, by the way. I had to troll her. She said, "Why the F is wrong with libertarians?" So I had to troll her real fast.
It's because we're right. That's the problem with
this. I don't get this. Here you go. You're like,
all the gays stub their toes. Vote for me. I hope all the gays stub their toes. Vote for me.
So it says, if I didn't have a felony record, I'd run for office as a conservative because they have the simplest formula for success I've ever seen.
Who is that? Is that
Hotep Goldstein? Isn't
it's
that
just
Dennis?
some guy.
I love that.
I don't know who this is.
No, that's Hotep Goldstein.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Love that.
Johnny's like, okay. Do y'all watch basketball?
no.
Okay.
Nah,
Say less.
not since the Lakers three-peat.
Ooh. That long ago. Okay. Yeah, so what did you think about this?
Those jobs that we are in high demand, we could expedite. How do we have a large body of people that are in our city and country that are excellent swimmers, and at the same time we need lifeguards? And the only obstacle is that we won't give them the right to work to become a lifeguard.
Talk your shit.
That just doesn't make sense.
Talk your shit.
But if we had a plan that say you have a shortage of food service workers and those who fit the criteria, we're going to expedite you. If you have the experience that you are a nurse, which you have a nursing shortage, and we would expedite you. And that's the same with lifeguards. So we have all these eligible people waiting to work with the skills we need to fill the job.
Talk your
but
shit.
We're unable to allow them.
Talk your shit. So basically what you just heard, family, is this man said we should put the illegals as lifeguards because they know how to swim.
I mean, he was going after them and us because he's trying to say we can't swim.
We can't.
And then
swim,
he said they could swim. And
Right.
we know what they say. That's messed up. I have a funny story. So in high school, we had this competition where we built boats out of cardboards. And, we would get a prize if it stayed afloat and y'all can go across it. And we had our different people who got in the boat. Now, they actually put this in the newspaper, and I didn't know they did this because I just saw it recently when I looked my name up in the newspaper.com website. And they put my statement in there. I have really strong confidence in our boat that we did a great job, but I'm not getting in there because I can't swim. I was like, really? And I went to a predominantly white school, too. I went to Delta High School.
That's crazy. This is it, man. Here you go.
That's what that.
Oh, he deleted the post. Wait a minute. Oh, here.
Who?
Wait,
He deleted the post.
They probably blocked
you. Somebody called. Hold on. Let me see if I go back. Some Senator Cardin. I think I remember.
Oh yeah, he said some stupid shit about gun control and why it's a good thing.
Yeah.
And that video there with Jamie Foxx, that's the one that I use the most when I'm addressing anti-gun arguments because I think it just sums it up so well.
Fuck you. Hilarious. Yeah. Yeah, these 2A people be faking the funk, allegedly. Alleged 2A people, they be faking the funk. Question. The Kaylee Gaines situation. How did y'all view that?
So I mean, there have been other revelations that just came out that I am not surprised by. Apparently, Kaylee, the white girl, had started the fight through the first punch, and she got what she got. Do I think the other girl went a little bit overboard? Yeah, maybe I wouldn't have done all that because she had already won the fight. But to me, that's why we say don't start none, won't be none. Like she wouldn't have even had to worry about that if she hadn't started the fight. And the Kaylee chick had started fights with a lot of other kids too. So she had a history of this. And even her parents came out and said that the way people were seeing this thing wasn't the way it was. But here's the deeper context here. There was no, this whole thing was made political. Everything is political now. No matter what happens, it has to be political. Now, people say it's racial, but I categorize that under political, because if you are looking at the skin color of whoever it is, then that's a political thing. If you're judging it based off the skin color of the people involved, then you're playing into the politics. You're playing into the division. You're doing exactly what the elites who run our society and governments want you to do. So it shouldn't just be you just look at two kids fighting and you just decide one's right, one's wrong, and that's it. But then you had all these conservatives siding with the white chick. I mean, I'm just going to say it. I think a lot of it is because she was white. And then other people siding with the black girl because she's black. Realistically, you can look at the situation and say the white girl shouldn't have started the fight. Yes, the black girl may went a little bit overboard, but that's what happens when fights happen. Why aren't we looking at the root issues of what caused these things in the first place instead of just playing political games with it?
Because it was
Didn't the pundits like dox her or something?
They doxed the underage girl
online. Yeah, and so I'm thinking somebody should be talking to some attorneys and taking some money from some people. Maybe they'll learn their lesson.
I'm sure Marnice's attorney is she's he's contacting his boy. He contacted him.
All
that
right.
civil suit is going to be massive.
I'm going to push back on Jeff a little bit though with the overboard thing, because remember I told you, Jeff, when I was growing up, I was in fights every single day, and I was usually helping somebody because a bully was picking on somebody, so I was beating up bullies. Sometimes, if it wasn't that bad of a ass whooping, they're going to try to come back and try again for second round. But if it was bad enough, they won't come for seconds. So, I that's the only pushback I have. What your thoughts were, Jeff? What's he doing?
Oh, no. Family, we got to take a detour. We got to take a detour, family. Breaking news. We got to take a detour. I hope this state burns in hell, for real talk. I got people down there. I hope y'all leave this state first, and then I hope it burns in hell.
Let me go here. There's a growing concern.
I hate him. I hope both your wheels break. You don't see it? My bad.
He pardoned Daniel Perry.
I hate him. It didn't even happen in your state.
Wow.
I hate you. Texas, y'all on the clock. Texas, y'all are on the clock.
Wait, hold on 1 second. This isn't Daniel Penny. This is Daniel Perry, which is still bad, which is even worse, I think. So in Austin, Austin, what happened was when
because I was about to get upset. That's crazy.
No, this is still bad though. No, this is still gonna piss.
I don't
off.
know this story, so I'm gonna let you elaborate. Because I saw Daniel and I saw that kid. I thought Penny. I was like, what? Maybe he went back to court or something. And then I saw pardon. I'm like, pardon? Like, why you a little overstepping over here?
No,
go ahead. I'm gonna let you get after
it. This pisses me off. I had no idea. Yeah, I knew that they were pursuing this pardon, which is absolutely fucking ridiculous. So in Austin, when the George Floyd protests were happening, because in Austin, you didn't really have any rights. You had actual protests. So what happened is, and I lived in Austin at the time. I lived there for 12 years. So they were having the protest. And for some reason, the guy's name eludes me. But he was also a libertarian, actually. And he was there.
You mean Garrett
Foster? That's right.
Okay.
Yes, Garrett Foster. And so he was part of the protest, and he was protesting against police brutality. This Daniel Perry douche rolls up in his car and drives through the crowd that he was with. Now, they were walking through the road, which, depending on when they did it, it was legal. They allowed people to do it. He drove through the crowd, and a bunch of people yelled at him. Now, Garrett Foster had a rifle with him. Now, to set some background, Austin is Austin, but it's still Texas. So a lot of these protesters and people on the other side of the protesters carried rifles. That is perfectly legal. You can open carry rifles. So he had his rifle with him, and the guy pulls up. People start yelling at him. Garrett Foster says, "Everybody get back," and Daniel Perry shoots him and kills him. It was later revealed
murdered him
that with text message
murdered.
And he was convicted of murder because he murdered Garrett Foster. It was later revealed that he was sending messages between him and one of his friends asking, if I drive into a situation and I think I'm threatened, can I shoot somebody? He mentioned wanting to specifically kill Black Lives Matter protesters. And so what he did is, since he couldn't just go and shoot somebody and get away with it, he put himself in that position on purpose so that he could shoot somebody and claim self-defense, which is against the law in Texas. They tell you all the time, if you are a gun owner, you need to stay away from situations where you might have to use it. You cannot purposely put yourself in a situation. You can't start a fight with somebody else, and when they start beating you up, you shoot them, and that's self-defense. No, that doesn't work. That's why he got convicted, and Greg Abbott's dumbass got him pardoned. And it wasn't just him, because Abbott can't pardon him on his own. They have a board of parole and pardons. So they all agreed to that. And this is 100% for politics. This is not justice. They did this because the man killed somebody who was not even a Black Lives Matter protester. He was just protesting against police brutality, but he got labeled as a leftist, which means that everybody on the right has to be against him. This is absolutely outrageous. And there's some other stuff that I would like to say, but I'm not going to say it here.
You know what this reminds me of? When the Ku Klux Klan was terrorizing and murdering people and getting off. The jury just let them off. The judge didn't want to do anything. The prosecuting folks didn't do nothing. And then this guy is, how many likes that post have? Like, what? This really tells you how, this is really tells you how
the likes are 1,700. It looked like he just put it up.
Likes.
Yeah, he just put it up about 23 minutes ago. This is his statement. So
that's a lot. That's crazy.
Yeah. I stopped Twitter because
but we're inviting Republicans to a Libertarian Party convention, right? That guy was a libertarian. He was murdered by a conservative.
Look. Yeah. There you go. This piece of shit right here. Yeah.
and this is what I mean when I say that politics colors everything. Nobody looks at right or wrong anymore. They just look at right and left. If Daniel Perry had been, if Garrett Foster had been wearing a MAGA hat, if Garrett Foster were a part of a Trump rally and this exact same situation had happened, there's no way he would have gotten pardoned. This is 100% for political purposes. It's designed to make Greg Abbott look good. It's designed to make Texas's government look good. And it's absolutely disgusting.
And they wonder why I did that show about them and them animals. They wonder why. I would advise y'all not to watch that together, because then y'all not gonna like me after that show. I'm just gonna warn y'all now that show was wild. But that's but they're still investigating what happened with Roger Fordson. And we still don't know that cop's name. And I have to thank you, Jeff, because you were pushing back on a lot of people on that situation, because they were really trying to say that it was his fault.
And that's what I mean when I talk about principles being applied inconsistently. I mean, anybody who was actually about that Second Amendment was siding with Roger Fordson. And to be fair, most of my audience is conservative and libertarian. The vast majority know that was a bad shoot and wouldn't even spoke out about it. They were outraged too. Because you can't say you're for the Second Amendment and then cheer a police officer shooting a guy because he had a gun in his hand, didn't even fire a shot, didn't even point it at him. He held his hand up to say, hold on. He was going to put the gun down. To me, when an agent of the state can do that and get away with it, I'm telling y'all, we need to be paying attention. Like, because this is only going to get worse if we're not willing to do something about this.
Do y'all see this last 3 lines here? Do y'all see these 3? Okay. Can you catch me?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, he said all kinds of racist shit.
But he got a pardon. And you scumbags still tell us ain't no white supremacy, right? Okay.
Greg Abbott needs to come out of office. He should have been kicked out of office a long time ago. You know what's really funny with these Republicans and acting like they care about the border? You know, the state of Texas, the state of Arizona, and New Mexico. New Mexico didn't have a Republican governor at the time. Doug was the governor of Arizona at the time. And they kept on talking about the border and blaming Biden for it, and blaming Democrats for it. They're literally governors at the border. And Greg Abbott has not been a governor his whole life. He was a Supreme Court. He was a judge at one point. He was the AG at one point. This man would need to know what the Constitution says. So it also says if there's an invasion at the border, then the state of Texas has the governor has the authority to do something about an invasion. But he sat on that for a long time, and people were tagging him and telling him, and he sat on it. Now look, oh look, guys, give me cool points now. He's been in office forever. Why is he being praised? He should have known this. Why are these people in office that they don't even know what the freaking Constitution is? They don't even know what their authority is. All of this is political theater, and I'm so sick and tired of everyone just talking about left versus right, this and that. And then Greg Abbott also shut down his state as well. And people were arrested for opening their businesses so their employees can still have money to put food on the table. A lady who had her hair salon was arrested. People who were going to church were arrested and fined. So Greg Abbott is also an authoritarian tyrant piece of crap as well.
Yeah. And that's what we're talking about. Like I said, every state's government sucks. You just have to pick which kind of authoritarianism isn't going to infringe on your interest as much.
Right.
And then fight back, because that's the problem. No matter what government you're under. Exactly.
This is crazy. But that would have been one of us. That would have been one of us. He don't get this pardon. They deny it and then they put it on Twitter and everybody be going having a celebration. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. We just gonna mess up the system, family, are we not? November 5th. That's a Tuesday, isn't it? Yeah. There you go. That's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do.
I mean,
remember, what's that?
Can't blame you.
Can't remember what I told y'all 9 days. In 9 days, what to do? Do not go on social media that day, because it's the day George Floyd was unceremoniously deleted, and you know they already got their memes. It takes them 12 days to make a meme.
Yeah.
So stay off of social media. Let them talk to each other. That's how you burn down.
Well, I mean, in about 15 days, we won't be able to get on social media either, because that's Juneteenth. You know they're going to be whining about that too.
Well, we still got about a month, but yeah, they're already going to start.
No, once the month of June starts, that's when the whining will start. I guarantee it.
Yeah, true. And guess what? Here's how you stop Juneteenth. You can't. It's part of American history, just like that damn flag. So live with it. Live with it. Because you cowards didn't go fight. And I'm going to keep calling you cowards until you show me something, which you'll never do. Yeah, Don P knows basketball. Very good. You know ball. But we got to be careful with that acronym. We got to be careful with that acronym. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's what we call them over here in New Black Media. Governor Will. Shout out to Torian Rain.
I might have to steal that.
Give Brother Torian Rain his credit. Did y'all know that there's an anthem for this new wave of white victimhood? Did you know?
Is there?
I know y'all.
No, I haven't heard it yet.
Yeah, I know y'all are busy, making sure everybody's understanding their 2A and the rights that they're afforded in this country. But yeah, they dropped a new white anthem, and it's about to sweep the nation. Wait till Jason Aldean and Morgan Wallen and Post Malone get to it and do the remix. But we have an exclusive, no copyright. We have an exclusive clip of the video. We got the video. Here you go.
Together through the storm, everybody come take my hand. This world we'll take together through the storm. And I can't stop living this way. 'Cause I'm always ready. I won't let you out of my sight.
I can't wait for that to hit Billboard's number one. I can't wait.
I mean, if you put a nice beat behind that, that might actually sound good.
We'll still be playing Not Like Us over here. Shout out to Kendrick for lifting the copyright. Shout out to him. But yeah, a lot of people saying they're going to be at the Reparations rally in DC on Juneteenth weekend. So yeah, make sure y'all are out there and supporting, because you know everybody else and their mama going to be outside right next to y'all trying to make sure their voices are heard. Don't let them do it.
Yep.
Oh boy. And it's only Thursday. It's only Thursday. I can just imagine what they're not telling us. I almost want to go on GovTrack right now and see what bill they tried to pass while we're listening to Trump talk shit.
Right.
Let's find out. Here we go. FAA and NDAA authorizations, appropriations, and more this week in Congress. Let's find out what you're going to do. House of Representatives, I don't give a damn. Oh, floor schedule. Let's see what this floor. There are 17 bills on suspension, which means they must have support for 2/3 of the House members to pass. I wonder what that is. One suspension is a major bill to reauthorize the FAA legislation, which passed the Senate at the end of last week. What is this bill? Let's see. The reauthorize and improve the FAA and other civil aviation programs for other purposes. Y'all have that on suspension. You gotta love this country.
1,000 pages.
1,063
pages.
83. Give them their 20. Okay. This is a lot of our money. Who is on this bill? I'm curious. Who is on this bill? Let's see. Here we go. Miss Cantwell for herself, Mr. Cruz, Miss Duckworth, and Mr. Moran. Okay. Let's see. What else do you have? National Police Week.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
no wonder the NRA put that tweet up. That's why, because the NRA put this tweet up yesterday.
Oh, that back the blue tweet?
Honoring police. Yeah, that must be why.
But nothing about Dexter Taylor.
Crickets.
Nope.
And you know they saw it because they got ratioed.
Oh yeah. The fiscal year 2025 National Defense Authorization Act. Nearly $1 trillion.
Oh, here we go.
All right. The House Armed Service Committee has released its version of the fiscal year 25 NDA along with 7 individual subcommittee portions of the bill. HASC marks up the defense bill next week. Let's see. How much you going to give Israel, you bastards? Subcommittee, where is it? Where would that be? Tactical Air and Land Forces. Okay, let's see. Bill language. Jesus Christ. I can just imagine what you got in here. Modification of certain requirements. Okay, that's not it. Drones. Section 913. We need that. I want to see what y'all going to give out of them drones. What you got? Let me see. Establishment of the Drone Corps as a basic branch of the Army. I thought that was Space Force.
I thought that was already a thing. I thought they already had the Corps specifically.
I guess maybe they want to take it away from the Air Force, I guess.
Oh.
The Drone Corps. Who's ready for them to use drones on us?
They already are in a sense. They're using it to spy on us without warrants.
Oh, wasn't that bill beautiful that they passed the other day?
Yeah.
Wasn't that
Yeah,
beautiful?
wasn't that wonderful? Yeah, that was great. Speaker Mike Johnson cast a tie-breaking vote to let the government spy on us without warrants. Yeah.
By the way, that's our representative.
Oh, down there? Oh, well, you know what to do.
Yeah.
You know what to do. It's about time. Yeah, you're gonna have to vote that couch. Local and state. If you're gonna do it, local and state. Let's kill Congress. How about that? Not like that.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
Not like that.
Yeah, I was actually just. Yeah, I was just about to say, like, if you don't want to be on the couch, then just leave the federal elections alone. As far as I'm concerned, the federal government is gone. It's completely corrupt. It doesn't matter who you put in there, if it is somebody who's good. Like, it's gone. It's way too corrupt. The rot is too much there. But you already have corruption and rot in your own backyards. So focus on local. You have way more power to change that.
Mm-hmm.
And your state governments are not completely gone yet, but they're pretty gone too. They pretty much mirror the federal government with their behavior and their laws. They a lot of people actually don't even know that you have a state legislator, you have a state constitution. It's in a sense kind of like a Congress, but in your own state. So y'all have to know that and be paying attention to who your representatives are in your state, because they're the ones passing these bills. Also, I understand sitting on the couch in a sense, but there's also times when these bills, when there's like a presidential election, they'll have, hey, can we increase your taxes for this purpose on there? And then people will go and vote yes. Instead of y'all coming and voting no, your taxes can go up because, we didn't participate with that.
Well, when we say vote the couch, we're mostly talking about president shit. Because I tell the family, and they'll tell you in the chat, I tell them, focus on the local and state, protect yourself.
Yeah.
I'm going to write reparations where Trump and Biden are. That's what I'm writing. And then I'm going to worry about my local and state, and then I'm riding out. I'm going to come back home because I'm doing a 12-hour stream that day. Because I need all those meltdowns.
That's the way to do it.
I need them all. Because there's going to be a lot of wake-up calls that day. But,
who do you think is going to win?
I don't give a damn. I really don't, because I'm potentially gonna get rid of one overlord for another overseer I don't win. That's why I'm worried about what's going on here in Georgia. I can keep myself away from the federal to a certain extent. I'm more worried about BRICS right now. That's what I'm worried about. Because they could activate November 6th and we're screwed. Because the guy, if Biden loses, he out the door in like 10 weeks. And that's Trump's problem. And he already showed a propensity. He's ignored them, just like Obama did. So it is what it is. He ain't gonna do nothing. He gonna kowtow and complain. Putin ain't gonna pick up his phone. He's gonna be like, Putin's a tyrant. He's a tyrant. Now he's a tyrant. Okay. Now he's a tyrant. Okay. I feel like he'll sell out Taiwan. And now he got people on TikTok talking about, oh, if he gets in, he's gonna deport them. Okay, he said that while he was in office. Why did you think he was gonna change his tune?
Right.
But y'all keep crying. And I'm gonna do content on it. Sucks to be you. And then they're like, oh, Biden's he's gonna forgive student loans. Okay, great. How does that help you when your job doesn't give you enough money to live? Okay, you have one less bill. Something else is gonna come.
Those taxes are still gonna come out of your check.
Oh yeah. And family, all y'all that maybe you didn't think about this, all y'all that keep telling us that he's gonna do the student loan debt forgiveness. How is he gonna pay for that? Great, you got your loans taken away. You don't have to pay another $200 a month ever again. Where do you think he's gonna hit you at? You may never see a tax return for the next 10 years. You may never get a refund.
Your products are going to be more expensive. Your services will be more expensive because there's going to be inflation.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be you're going to see it hurting at the grocery store. It's going to really hurt.
Somebody asked. Fanny the Mammy update. We can go find out. They're voting on if she should stay. I think it's this week. They're voting. So let's find out. Another investigation. There you go. Yeah. Hey, didn't we tell y'all this, family? We told you this, didn't we? They got her in the ringer and they're going to run her ragged until she quits. And then Trump goes home with a mistrial. And they're not going to prosecute him again. And the left is going to lose their mind. The right is going to lose their mind. The libertarians are just trying to get in, and the rest of us, we don't care. Libertarians, if this happens, this is your time to strike. Yes, sir.
That's what
you federal funds. She will be sitting next to Marianne Mosby. That's okay. We're good. No, that pissed me off. I saw some posts yesterday. Somebody said Marilyn Mosby should get a pardon. I'm like, she stole money. No, she can sit down where she is. She literally stole money from a fund to help people during C-19. We're good. That's one person.
But that type of attitude is why they're able to do that stuff, because people will still defend them if they're the right party.
But you can't defend that. Y'all was sitting there laughing at people that were getting caught up with the PPP stuff. Y'all got to keep it even.
I have a question. What's that one lady's name again who is a mayor of her town? And then she started a podcast and started putting everyone's tea on the podcast, making fun of them.
Tiffany Hayward.
Oh yeah, Tiffany's yeah.
Yeah, Tiffany Hayward up in
I was
Illinois.
curious what happened with that because honestly I was watching it and I was like, dude, she's a tyrant. Like, she going and it's like, oh, they're not doing this. That's a club or something. And it's just like, and she was like getting like a little kick out of it, like locking them up and stuff. Like, I was curious, like, what happened with her? Oh, news
update. This just happened today.
Don't trust acting mayor made. Oh, so she's been kicked out for now?
Yeah, I think they told her to go sit down for a little bit. In certain situations.
Yeah, she's on timeout.
She missed 25 board of trustees meetings. And she still got a job? All right, say less. Say less. Let me not show up for work 25 times, still think I have a job. FBI finally probing super mayor. Okay. Yeah, this is good. Man, this wake-up call is going to be fun.
Yeah, I saw those videos and I was just like, I can't believe someone would do that. Like, as a sitting mayor, and I'm just sitting there watching. I'm like, honestly, from a libertarian perspective, I didn't see a lot of the people doing anything wrong. And so she's authoritarian, so she's like, gotcha. You was evading paying taxes. You were evading doing this. You were sneaking and doing that. If we had a free market where people got left alone to just do their own business, their own way, without hurting anybody else, we could have people have more money. We'd be a lot happier. Instead of the government center overbearing, you making you pay all these licensing fees, and you need permission for this, you need permission for that.
Yeah. All right. That's politics. Let's have a little bit of fun before y'all get out of here and tend to the chickens and the quails.
Not yet. Coming soon.
Not yet. Coming soon. What do y'all do for fun besides taking politics to task and the farm? What do y'all do for fun?
You watch anime.
Well, tonight I'll be.
Figured that. What's that you said? What'd you say?
Well, tonight I'll be playing Red Dead Redemption.
Ooh, wait a minute. Okay, we got gamer and anime people. Okay, what's the anime?
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say, tonight I'll be playing Red Dead Redemption and pretending that everybody I shoot is Greg Abbott. Oh, did I say that out loud? I hope I didn't.
Don't say that. That was a joke, YouTube. That was a joke.
Yeah, on the video game, not in real life.
Thank you. I saw that post you put up. When was that you that said that? Something about like taking one of them people out because they were part of the clan because they had a clan in the game.
Oh,
I think that might.
Yeah, there's a part in the game where you deal with somebody who sold slaves, and then when you find out, then you can either let them live or do whatever. I threw him on the railroad tracks and tried to wait for a train, but it took too long, so I just set him on fire. In the video game, not in real life.
Yeah. Okay.
I watched
what's
it.
The anime?
It was funny.
Y'all need to put that up.
So the anime, huh?
I'm gonna back up.
Well, right now I'm gonna say my favorite it's Akami Got Killed. If you haven't seen it, it's like super duper libertarian and anarchist in a sense. The bad guys are being chased down, where the government is actually the ones raping little girls and doing bad things and killing children who coming from the countryside looking for a new way. It is so good. I love Akami Got Killed. If you have not seen it, go watch it. Do not have a favorite character, and I won't tell you why. But just do not fall in love with any characters.
Yes.
Akami Got Killed.
Yeah, don't do that. Okay. All right. Because somebody said you was gonna say One Piece, and then it might have been a war in the comments.
Well, I actually do like One Piece. Sorry, I do. I didn't at first. Someone's like, you got to keep trying to watch it. Keep trying to watch it. I actually finally got past a few episodes, and I actually like One Piece. I like how it is, and it's kind of funny, but they kind of have the same formula like Dragon Ball Z does, where like you're getting your butt kicked for like series, and you finally win at the end. So, but it's still good though. Have you all seen a live action version? Because I think they actually did a good job.
I can't get into it. My wife loves it. I can't get into it. I tried 3 times. I can't.
That was like that for me too, with the guy with I forget the name now. Bleach. That took me a minute to get into as well.
Bleach was good. I'm going back to the 90s stuff now. So now
I don't watch a lot of the 90s stuff, but I do like Samurai Champloo and Afro Samurai. Those are probably like the oldest ones that I like.
Nothing wrong with that. Let me see. What can I give you that you like? Perfect one. Go 13.
Go 13. Is there action and people getting beat up in it? Okay. Right.
Beautiful. It's beautiful. Yeah,
you know what's weird? You may not think we good.
What's that?
The recreation of they came back as slime. You would think that was corny, but it was actually pretty good.
The what?
It was called the recreation of I came back recreation as a slime. Maybe someone in the chat might know what I'm talking about, but there's an anime where the guy he dies and comes back as a slime, but it's a kind of magical creature, and he like basically can touch things and absorbs and becomes stronger. That one's actually kind of cool, and there's a lot of action and stuff in that one.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Google it, make sure I'm saying it right. I'm gonna send it to you in a message.
Okay. Yeah, there's that. Yeah, y'all like Go 13's politics. Obama's in it in one episode. Yeah, y'all would like it. It's like it's further down when they do the second season. Yeah, like he actually punked out Obama. It was hilarious. Wait till Black Twitter finds that one out.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah. But there's that. What else? Let's see. You like guns? Trigun is good for you. That's a wacky cartoon. Not the new one. Do the old one, not the new one. Let's see. Like One Piece.
Oh, Jeff likes Death Note.
Okay.
I do like
Initial
Death Note.
D. Initial D.
Yep.
Cowboy Bebop, but that's more trendy now. Everybody likes Cowboy Bebop, even though the live adaptation was terrible. What else could I give you?
Did you watch that Blue Eyed
Pat
Samurai
Labor.
one?
Yes. Pat Labor would be good for you too. And Bubblegum Crisis. Now that one's 80s. So the animation, Donnie gonna yell. I already know. She's like, why does it look so green?
I mean, I watched Dragon Ball.
That's late 80s. They were starting to go into the
Oh,
brighter
yeah.
colors. They were starting to go into brighter colors. I'm talking about this is like mid 80s. Fist of the North Star is good. Now that one, it kind of drags a little bit, but near the end it starts to pick up. And Jeff is gonna be like, this is there's no way this is real. He hit him one time and he exploded.
Jeff don't like those kind of shows when it's too easy. Like I like One Punch Man. Oh, I also like the Invincible. Is that what? No. What do they call the game where the daddy was
yeah, it's Invincible, but
not
that's
anime,
not,
but I like it.
Yeah, well, that's Amazon's version of gory cartoons. That's them.
I like Record of Ragnarok too.
That is good. That is good.
Yes,
for me,
that was really good.
It was a little slow, but I got to it. You look like you would like Lupin the Third. It's all about Thief and his team. I don't know if they would pass the Libertarians though. You'd have to tell me that. City Hunter is good. Let me see.
Oh, I forgot. There is something else I like to do. I'm learning more. Fishing. I like fishing now. And one time my first time catching a fish, like as an adult, this duck came and saved the fish from me and took it and put it back in the pond. Like, are you kidding me? This like random duck was on the pond, came and took my fish and put it back in the water.
Yes, sir. Them fish, man. Listen, them fish, boy. Them fish is a memo. Ain't nothing. I took one out years ago, and one of them seagulls took it. I was like, "You bastard, you!" Them New York seagulls are no joke.
It's sneaky.
Man.
Oh, y'all need. I'm gonna put this in the private chat for y'all. Y'all got to go look at this. I just saw this. I might have to react to it. What's tomorrow? Friday? I'll give them a break. I might do it Saturday morning before work. No, actually, I can do it tomorrow morning. Yeah, Vivek outside shilling for Trump. Oh boy. All right, sir. He already told you you're not going to be VP, but I know you want the Homeland Security job. I know. So you get to dictate who gets.
Here's the thing about Vivek.
He was running for
what's
a
going to happen
position.
when Trump? When Trump is no longer the savior, you know, at one point Obama was some people's savior. Now it's Trump is people's saviors. They're trying to find someone else. And I wonder if they're going to try to use Vivek for it, because you know he literally kind of copied Obama how he talks, in his cadence and in his speeches and how he was saying things. He's trying to mirror himself to look like that. You notice how Twitter had this big push. They made it even look like Vivek had a chance to get Trump against Trump during the convention. But then when you went to the convention, he had 7%. It's just like that Twitter stuff is not real life, but then look how it translated. I think they're trying to make the next person that people are worshiping, because
Did you see this? Did you see this?
We did see that.
Why?
I don't get it.
I don't get it either. And then he gonna put out posts talking about people don't like me. I'm like, I wonder why, sir.
God.
It got over 20,000.
Like, I copied it for somebody
likes.
else.
That's why he did it.
I want to see them what them bookmarks look like. 20.
There were so many more ways to make fun of Governor Hochul than making yourself look like a clown. But the thing is about Terrence Williams, He did. And my thing is, like, the dude's harmless. Like, he's a clown and he admits to being a clown. But I mean, that's just
yeah, but they've
it wasn't even
associated him
funny.
with Trump. But they associate with him with Trump. That's why I keep telling Trump, you need to get rid of everybody, because they're not going to listen to you. They're going to be like, oh, ain't you the guy that has that little short bottleneck fool over there who always shills for you. He went in front. He went on, what was it? CNN and looked like a fool. When they were asking him questions. No, I'm sorry, the young cucks. He looked like a fool. He couldn't even talk. He's like, what has President Trump done? He's like, you don't know? We could be here all night. You didn't even say anything.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Donnie stayed on her neck. I like that though.
Oh, can you play it so they can hear what she said?
Yes,
and then so they can hear it, and then look at what happened.
Special session next week. But to those who are cheering this, say, we never were taking away your right to possess a gun, but we have a right to restrict who has it and where they use this gun.
But he didn't use it.
Exactly.
So come on.
And then check this out. Does her and Gavin Newsom have the same plastic surgeon? Because their face looks, and Nancy Pelosi, their face looks like that same surgery done.
Yeah, I think they all go to the same guy.
Yeah, maybe. Like the politicians have one, and the celebrities have one. They have their own doctors. You can tell who's who got the same doctor.
Not a big believer in destroying people. Question: what if it had been blackface? Again, I'm not a big believer in destroying people's lives over blackface, even if it is legit blackface.
What is legit blackface?
But he believes in canceling.
What's legit blackface?
What is legit blackface? What does that mean? I don't know what that means.
They just get on those shows and say anything. Like,
but this is the same dude who said he was going to expose
there illegitimate
MLK.
blackface?
But he said he was going to expose MLK. Still hasn't done it yet.
Yeah,
I'm still waiting.
He did that for clicks and it worked.
Like this here? And he still has it up, by the way. He still has it up.
Of course he does. And you know, he didn't always used to be like that too. Like I think it's just when you can only go for so long without having substance before you have to start doing stuff like that to get clout, clicks, and cash.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. We in trouble. That's why I always play this for the crowd, and they love it because it's the truth. I don't think Donnie's ever seen it, but I always play this. Then we in trouble.
After 2 seconds, 1 second.
Now, this ain't for all of y'all. So if you're gonna get offended, I might be talking about you. I'm talking about people that put up posts like that and who don't know what they're talking about because they want to be heard. Leave me alone. But yeah, that's the wild world of Twitter. One more time. Look at this here. That's such a you flew. Now, did they fly or did they go on Amtrak? That's what I want to know.
That's a good question.
PD remains. Thank you for becoming a YouTube member. Members, 99 cents helps me reinvest in Black in the platform and buy toys and clothes for the baby. And when you do become a member or let us know how long you've been a member or you give a super chat or a super sticker, I tell you how much of a blessing that is. And also you get this here. That's right. And we got 2 more. Big Stat, thank you for the $5 super chat. You said trans chicks. Yes, they might have trans chicks, but there's nothing wrong with that, YouTube. There's nothing wrong with that. Everybody deserves to live. But that's a blessing. Thank you so much. And Vic Stat left 1 more. He said, SOF and combat units used to be only one with drones. Well, everybody going to have a drone now. But that's a blessing as well. Thank you so much. One more time. Hold on.
He disappeared.
Oh, where'd he go? You got a phone call.
Okay. All right, y'all. I got an emergency I gotta do. Sorry, I gotta end the show early. Yeah. So Donnie and hold on one second. Donnie and Jeff, thank you so much for coming on and dropping all the knowledge and giving us some more backstory on the Libertarian Party. Anything y'all want to promote before you go, you are more than welcome.
libertyorelse.com is my website. Liberty or Else. This was a great show. I had a lot of fun. One of the funnest shows I've ever been on. Thank you.
I appreciate that. Thank you. I try my best.
Yeah, and you can follow me on Twitter at Jeff Charles Jr. You can check out my Substack at libertychasers.com, and my podcast is A Fresh Perspective with Jeff Charles.
Cool. And one more chat before we go. Blueberry Muffin, thank you for the $10. Hashtag Daybed 2024. That is a blessing. Where the hell is it? Yeah, sorry. Yeah, it's time for me to go because I gotta go handle this emergency. I love y'all to death. Y'all know what I'm about to say. Take care, stay safe, and you know what to do when the agents of chaos come to mess up your existence. But before we go, we still gotta acknowledge the holiday that we are currently in. I hope you understand that. Jeff, Donnie, again, thank you so much, and many blessings to you on your road to marriage. If you need any advice, I give you some.
Thank you.
All right, thanks for having
and
us
also,
on.
yes, and I will DM y'all for me to send down that camera for you.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
All right. Holiday time.
I gotta go. They're quick to run and grab that talking point of Biden and Hillary Clinton. You know, created the. I'm gone, man. Bill. They created the crime bill. You the fakest nigga I ever seen in my life. They created the crime bill. I see you in person. They created the crime bill. They created what you said. They created. I'm done, bro. You a fake nigga. I hope everybody see that. I appreciate it. Fake, bro. I'm gonna expose you to everybody. And when I see you, nigga, we gonna be. It's gonna be on. I want you to know that. Because you call me on the phone and you saying all this, and then you get on the live stream and you playing this shit. You should be ashamed of yourself. Is that black on black crime? Is that black on black crime? You's a bitch. I told you. Everybody on your live stream know you's a bitch. And when I see you, I'm whooping your ass. Everybody got your live stream. I like it. You want to be hood, nigga? You want to be hood? You on the phone talking shit to me, and you call me? You saying you apologize? Yeah, nigga. I never apologized. You apologize? I never apologized. You didn't apologize. My wife listened to you, nigga. I never apologized. What I said was, bitch, nigga. That's what I said. Yes, sir.
Time's up.
At the end of the day gotta end.
All right. Thank y'all for. I'm gonna call you right back. All right. Sorry. My wife got into an accident.
Everything
so
okay?
Ease the show.
Oh.
Yeah. They're all okay. It's just yeah.
Yeah, you gotta take care of it. Yeah.
I'll take care of it.
We're still alive.
No, we're
still alive.
Oh shit. Oh yeah, we are. Damn, I thought I ended it. Y'all heard that? Okay, keep her in their prayers. Thank you so much.